Groundwater is a serious issue in California right now with contamination and receding levels due to serious drought.
It's more this question in my work about what in nature reflects something in us and what inside of us reflects something in nature. So that kind of questioning is what's inspiring me. My work is almost always based in the body, so I just brought it in. And I came up with a bunch of different answers. And so I just started playing with expression from different groundwaters, different fluids in the body that for me feel like different kind of ground.
The somatics world, I think, really should always include environmental awareness, and I think the environmental world really ought to include somatic awareness.
The first thing that came up was cerebrospinal fluid, because there are these aquifers in the middle of the brain that produce fluid and hold fluid. So that was where I began. Each piece began with cerebrospinal fluid. And so I was drawing with two hands and mapping. The ventricles have this shape. It's like there's a central chamber and another central chamber, and then there are these horns that kind of go like this, and then they branch out like that. And so the fluid kind of does this thing. It moves like that inside the brain. So I was drawing that as the beginning of each piece, so that my sense of the fluid of the nervous system is it really sits in the back.
I use water as a material because I can't control it. So the mind of water drives what happens, just the way it drives what happens inside of us.
There's also fluid around and in between all the cells. That's the interstitial fluid. So it's like this inner ocean that's like this. It's just kind of everywhere, and it's how we can survive. Every living being has cellular fluid and extracellular fluid. So it's who we are, it's what we're made of. So interstitial being the fluid that moves, that really transports waste from the cell and nutrients to the cell. It stays in the interstices. So that was interesting to me.
These aren't literal depictions of anything. They are an expression that arises out of inner perception.
Not at all. I never use brushes.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, or whatever.
So, in a way, a finger is not. It's a finger is not a brush.
Right.
It is a tool. But it's closer to not using anything than a brush is, right?
Okay.
Because a brush is all about control.
The body offers a different perception and I think a different kind of mind.
So if I'm starting with two hands and then I'm working with my hands like this, then that sort of body integration, I think, comes into the piece.
No, I don't think anything ever changes without some shift in awareness.
But fascia is kind of how we repattern in the body, so it kind of is more like, it's a translator, like that. Any questions? Whoa. Anybody want to dance?